Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Lichdom Battlemage. We are hanging out in the Maelstrom still. It's the fire and ice lava world, with the also not lava, as you can see. Look at that. Got the cool moon... not moon. Snow. That's the word. The other white thing. The, like, snow drifts blowing around up there. So I'm going to turn around and go backwards real quick. Oh, it's not going to give me my bird. That's a shame. Because we explored the high path up above there, kind of on our way over, and then dropped down at that save point, and I have not explored along the bottom yet, so we're going to do that. And just kind of keep our eyes peeled for any of these sorts of items, like this purple thing here that I missed. Maybe see what other shenanigans we can get ourselves up to. Look at that. Hook. It's already been quite the lucrative journey for us. Yeah, so before it started, I was just kind of looking around a little bit at the scenery, and there's an upside-down boat over there, and with kind of the spikes and like the way this is... I wonder if this was a sea, and there were like raging storms when the moon broke, and then the whole thing just kind of flash froze. Which has been hinted at other journals and things that we've picked up in the game. So, food for thought. And I do like both food and thought. Oh, not cool. Alright, that went well. So I think this is roughly where we split last time and took the upper path. Yeah, I think that's our upper path right there. Okay, well, one fight, a journal, and a single purple item. Purple item sphere. I think the item we got was actually blue from in there. A rare item. Something. And then there's a shield restoration orb right back there in case we need it. So I will hopefully not forget that in like the next 10 seconds. Yeah, so right here. This is where it looks like waves and things that were tossing and turning when everything froze. Which makes me want to check that journal that we just picked up. Oh, we've picked up a bunch of journals that I haven't looked at for a while. So to recap, the last one we looked at, The Last Survivor. Gary died yesterday. I'm the last one. I may be the last person in all the world. The moon broke. The seas churned, and then the cold, freezing everything solid. Yeah, that seems right. The hunters who went up into the mountains, haven't heard from them in days. Have been take me home soon, for there's no hope left on this mortal earth. That's just lovely and very cheerful. And I'm noticing something. We have Tigurian's Last Voyage Parts 2 and 3, but I'm missing Part 1. So I probably just accidentally missed that earlier. Which is unfortunate. I'm going to have to go back and find that. I can't just leave something like that unfound. Oh, well, we'll start with part 2. These crown red sails fight like they've got demons licking at their heels. They must be afraid of that mage we robbed. They should fear me. You know what? I'm not going to read that. We're gonna skip the last voyage bits, and we'll maybe come back to them if I can find the first part. Ship's log, relentless. Yeah, sorry, I'm confused by what's going on right now. This is just things that were found. Grey Teeth is everything, including like our rifts and things. Okay, you know what? We'll start here. The Unchained Dead. This is amazing. It looks like the Griffin was right with the village reliquary cleansed. No, we've already read that one like 3 or 4 times. Corruption on the throne. Don't think things could get worse for Dravasser. I was wrong. The Griffin just found out that King Kavasa is behind all this. He's the head of the cult, and Shax is out to conquer an empire for him. It's one thing to go after Shax, but how do I take down a king? Fire and parasites and like kinesis power. There. Answer. Problem solved. The Wendak. God, these poor villagers. Shax's army wiped them out. I wonder how many of them are part of his undead army now. The village is disappearing under the snow, like it was never there. The only signs of life are from Shax's army. I must be right behind them. This is probably just one of those various snow villages that we tromped through earlier. I'm going to skip the Tigurian stuff. I will hopefully come back and find part 1 at some point in the near future. Sad that I can't break these crates and things. Okay. Kind of an interesting little bit of scenery here with just like the broken ships that we're climbing over. Kind of cool. So that was a thing. More ship's log. Okay. And it's worth mentioning yet again, I think, that as we've gone through some of these caves, we keep hearing like thumping and rumbling and shaking above us. Like, maybe it's an earthquake or some, like, big nasty monster stomping around, or who knows. Hello. Can I interact with you? No. Okay. Yeah, look at that. Look at those ships just being tossed about up there.
Whoa. What is this place?
2 fleets at war, right when the moon broke. The whirlpool must have frozen in an instant, right at the storm's heart.
The reliquary. Of course.
Damn, these things are powerful.
Okay, so I think maybe we just found out what froze the whole place. Did the reliquary go out of control because the moon broke? Oh, the reliquary is going to be down there. Oh, he wasn't kidding when he said that it was a whirlpool that froze. Oh, that's awesome. Alright, let's watch this before I break that crate open.
Turn it on.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Captain Tigori of the Kraken Fleet, your master calls you.
I have no master. Ask your damn questions and let me rest.
You carried on your ship the most valuable relic. I wish to know how to feed off its power.
You want to use the cursed thing? Go ahead. But you'll get no help from me. Death comes to all who come near my cargo.
You will tell me how to use it. You will!
You'll find out soon enough. And then I'll see you in the abyss. You poor, poor fool.
Okay. Well, this is certainly getting interesting, isn't it? Dang it, I really wish that we had that first notebook. I really, really am wishing we had a way to go back and find that. I can't do that until we get to another checkpoint. Man, I want to look over the edge here. This feels like a really bad idea. Yeah, there's our reliquary. Oh, well. This is what I was afraid of. Well, I got my wish. Alright, you know what? I think I'm going to backtrack a little bit and actually look for that first book. And I'll kind of... I think I'm going to pause the recording here, and then I'll pick up when I get back to that location. So, I'll see you in just a moment. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. Okie dokie, I'm back. I did a pretty thorough search of everything in this particular area, post-lava area, I guess. With like, yeah, there was like the lava and the ice and kind of the second half of the Grey Teeth Mountains that led into this area. I didn't go there, I stayed here on this map, and I could not for the life of me find anything. So either it's hidden really, really well, or I am completely blind, or there is no part 1. So we're just going to go ahead and check out all this crap that we have in our logbook here. Starting with the Wendak, I suppose. No, we already read that one. Tigurian's Last Voyage, Part 2. These crowned red sails fight like they've got demons looking at their heels. I'm assuming he's referring to the other boats, because Griffin mentioned that there were 2 fleets that were fighting here. They must be afraid of the mage we robbed, so probably the mage they robbed, like Roth stealing the relic, that whole thing. See, that actually makes a little sense now. Look at that. They should fear me. Well, a few skins bobbing in our wake ought to remind them who they're chasing. Malachar and Darius will do. I saw him look at my lovely relic. Can't have that. Ship's log, relentless. Tigurian's mad as a drake. It'll be all our tits on the chopping block for this cursed cargo of his. Last orders I heard from him were to stand and fight when we reach the cove, but there ain't no room to turn and flee. The fucking relic of his must be turning his brains to liquid shit. This is getting quite vulgar. Maybe us too. I swear not 10 minutes ago I heard it singing from all the way over on his flagship. If the crown doesn't kill him, I might need to carve out his guts myself. Okay, so they think the relic's driving him mad. Whether it's actually driving him mad or he's just going mad with power and greed. Same thing. Tigurian's Last Voyage, Part 3. Everyone's screaming about the moon. Let it break. Storm's getting worse. My lovely prize is singing to the clouds and the waves. This verminous crew needs more discipline if we're to ride this out. The Saint's Hammer. The chase is going well. We're closing the distance on Tigurian's fleet. Okay, so this is from the other navy, I guess, that's chasing him down. Grumbling among the crew. Many would rather be fighting the war against the cult than chasing Salt Reaver scum. It can't help that they know Tigurian's cargo must be returned to the Crown's advisor, not divided into shares. I'm calling on them to remember the Kraken fleet's sack of Beretia? Whatever. Sack of Beretia and the Port Salvaris massacre. So, bad things that happen. Hey, we need to stop these pirates. They must think more of delivering retribution than seizing ill-gotten plunder. Dutiful son. Sad day. The Indomitable was lost. We sank 2 of theirs in the skirmish, but it was a poor trade. The seas grow unaccountably rough, which has done no favors for morale. This evening, I was forced to execute 3 of the men for mutiny. They'd sacrificed the ship's cat to some damned power, pleading for mercy. That's sad. I intend to lead the crew in a short prayer when we have a moment of calm. They must be reminded that heaven is better than the abyss, even if the abyss is much closer. And then this is our thoughts on the inner maelstrom that we just saw. God, the maelstrom is like nothing I've ever seen. It's eerie to see a battle frozen like this. The ice surges up in waves and swells, and I can even smell the salt in the air. It looks like a giant whirlpool spun up around the ships and then froze in an instant. What does that? Okay, we're getting some interesting perspective. So the question remains, did the reliquary itself freeze all the ships and the water and everything like this? Or was it the moon breaking that was more directly responsible? And are the two related, actually?
What is this place?
Oh, we gotta listen to this again.
Fleets at war, right when the moon broke. The whirlpool must have frozen in an instant. Right in the storm's heart.
The reliquary. Of course.
Damn, these things are powerful.
Just gonna go ahead and load all these enemies up, get lots of bugs ready. Boy, I love that. It's just so effective at wiping out groups of enemies. Nope. Trying to go up. Here we go. Yeah, there's something else going on here. I'm convinced that we're going to have to fight like a kraken or a dragon or some sort of big, nasty, mythical beastie. Or just another giant demon. That's always a possibility, too. Oh. I want to climb those slopes. Okay, let's not fall off and die. I have done that way too many times in this game. I'm still just on the lookout. I don't like that. I'm still just on the lookout for additional journals and things. That's kind of what I'm poking my head around for so much. Although if you've been watching the Let's Play this far, you know what I'm doing. And if you haven't, go back and, you know, start from the beginning, you goofball.
Look at you!
Two-bit magic toss. I'll take you down.
I'm really digging this environment. Like, I can't think of another time where I've seen an environment like this, or anything even similar. Like, what's the last environment in a video game that I recall actually enjoying and being excited by? I'm having a really hard time thinking of one. Ow. What on earth? Oh, you're shooting something at me. And it wouldn't let me blink right there for whatever reason. Oh, that sucks. Okay. Less goofing about with the environment, more paying attention to enemies and not dying. I think that might have just been a case of the game doesn't like letting me blink on slopes sometimes.
What is this place?
Whatever weird reason.
Fleets at war, right when the moon broke. The whirlpool must have frozen in an instant. Right in the storm.
Reliquary. Of course.
And you know what? It might also be worthwhile to just go for killing things quickly, rather than trying to set up a lot of the cool combos that I can't help but go for constantly. That worked. Was there anything back here? No. Okay. Cool, now if we can actually hang on to this Kinesis Apocalyptical, it might come in handy. And also if I can actually use it in a situation that would let me take advantage of it. That's the other key component of this. Alright, let's get some control bugs on you, because that'll help me deal with whatever else is down below. There we go. No control bugs, though. That's sad. That still worked out, though. Okay. Shield orb back here. Keep that in mind should things go horribly, horribly wrong right up here. You never know. This is a surprisingly difficult game. Like, generally I feel okay. It's when I get caught not paying attention, or when I just generally get ambushed by enemies and I'm not expecting it. That's kind of when I seem to have issues. Oh good, and there's a wall right there, which means we gotta deal with all these folks. A couple waves of enemies.
Where you go? Take it down.
Oh no.
Well, look what we got.
Get on the other side of the force wall, thank you.
Stand still and take it, you bastard!
Okay. Remember what I was saying just a minute ago about this actually being instrumental to my survival? Guess what? It's pretty damn instrumental to my survival right now.
Dragons come to play, huh?
Okay, I am actually really lucky that that worked out as well as it did. Holy crap. Is there anything else back up here? No, that's just the loot. Okay. Let's go up. And that was pointless. You never know, there could have been something. Hello, what was that? Aha, book. Jeez, I walked right over that. I'm still convinced that there's a part 1 somewhere, I'm just missing it. Anyway, Tattered Journal. Moon broke. Everything froze. Sea is all ice. Ship's stuck in it. Most everyone is dead. There's no E on everyone. Froze, too. Don't want to leave ship, but can't stay here. Taking what food we can carry, then walk. Walk across the sea. Everything going so wrong. Yeah? Oh, that's what these devices are. I think these might be the source of our walls, and we have to kill the enemies in order to get past them. That makes sense, and that would also explain why we can't interact with them. Hooray! I think I learned a thing.
Set up at the center of the whirlpool. There is something immense down there.
Details aren't your strong point, are they?
I couldn't get close. You're the weapon, not me.
So first I burned down this huge something, then I killed Shax.
Then King Kavasa, yes. Ruth needs to know, but why would Kavasa start all this anyway? He has power.
I have no idea. He must want something the crown can't give him.
That is kind of a good point. Usually the villains in these sorts of situations are people looking to become king, not people who are already king. Ah, yes. A much-needed shield orb. Okay, yeah. Shax is doing something. I'm telling you, it's gonna be like a kraken under the ice here. Yeah, look at that. Oh, hello. Again, jeez, I really gotta start paying more attention to the enemies around me and less attention to the environment. Look at that! That's so cool looking. Look at a ship stuck in here. Oh, I love it. Oh, hello. Almost walked off the edge and died again. Is this gonna kill me? Please don't kill me. I don't want to just, like, drop down. It's gonna kill me. Okay, it didn't. Phew.
Enough. No more hunting. No more toying. Hold my creation. Tear this dragon apart, my pet.
Okay, not a kraken. It's a surprisingly not as large crab monster as I was expecting. There's got to be more to it than this. Yep, there's more to it than this. Hello, little crab spider things. Oh, you hit hard. Yeah, because you're boss. That's right. Oh, get away, get away, get away, get away! Colossal health. Oh, good, a banshee. That's exactly what I want here. I mean, at least it's really, really slow. That's good, right? Oh no. Oh, it's gonna hurt! Oh, that hurt. Crap. I really don't like fighting those crossbow enemies. Oh, is he sucking up power from Shax's thing? What was that? Just stun all of you. I want nothing to do with any of you. Oh no! Run! This is bad! Okay, so surprisingly difficult boss fight, though it has absolutely nothing to do with the boss himself. that green bar is filling up. I didn't like it when that happened to the first boss of the game. I'm sure I'm not going to like it now. Oh good, a godlike colossal health. That's awesome. I needed more of you to fight. Here, you can have some more mastery. How about that? Jeez, that apocalyptical effect is just crazy when you hit a big boss with it. Oh, I don't like this. Oh, don't like this at all. Oh, move, 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 move! Oh, don't like this at all. Get away from me. Okay. I'm still kind of freaked the hell out by this whole thing. But I feel like I'm not doing so bad, other than only having one bar of shield and, you know, the fact that the boss can do a full bar of damage to me with one attack. We're just gonna pound away on the boss, though. He's almost dead. I think we got enough mastery on him to be able to finish him off here. Yeah, just like that. Nice, and he killed everything else. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, I didn't even look at the device that Shaq set up there. I feel silly now. But it looks like we get the reliquary now. Ooh. So I could go with lightning. This would let me use the lightning and fire synergy. The that synergy shape. Or, yeah, spell shape, I guess, that we crafted earlier. Lightning strengths are stunning and chaining to several enemies. Skilled battle mages can use lightning to group enemies together, allowing for more wholesale destruction. Yeah, so it has like a chain effect, where if you zap one enemy, it can have a chance to bounce to additional enemies, doing, I believe, a lesser portion of the damage to them. It also, for control, I forget what the control is. I think it's a stasis or something, kind of like the freezing effect from ice. It might be one of those, like, it's not as effective if you try to use it multiple times on the same enemy. I don't know, I kind of forget, and then I have no idea what the mastery was for that. Or we have this other sigil option over here. Necromancy. The dark art of commanding the dead. Potent necromancer conjures unliving minions to fight his battles for him. Ugh. Necromancy seems like it could be fun. It seems new and very different. Unfortunately, I'm afraid that the necromancy is going to be the same, or it's going to be similar to the mind control delirium sigil, which I was no good at. In a tight situation, I cannot coordinate the capturing of a minion, the powering up that minion, depowering other minions so that they take more damage from the one I've controlled. Just that whole synergy thing is a lot to handle when I'm in the middle of a heated battle. I am afraid the necromancy is going to be something similar. So I'm going to go with lightning. I mean, I'm definitely going to try it out. I may or may not keep it. So, yeah, it's about time.
The death of Shax should have closed the circle, but it didn't. Shax was part of something bigger. The cult of Malthus has once again infected the world beyond the Great Teeth. Roth has already spent an incredible amount of energy fighting him. I don't know how he can even go on. Yet we must move forward. The dragon and I agreed to meet Roth at the royal palace of Dravasir. It's time to ask King Kavasa some questions. I don't think we'll like the answers.
Alright, and we're going to be stuck in a long loading screen for a while, I suspect. Which means I'm going to go ahead and end things here. Next time we'll pick up in whatever our next new area is. And we'll carry on from there. I'll definitely try out the lightning spell and see if I can find a way to work it into my combos. I have no idea which sigil I want to replace. I mean, probably not... So here's the tough choice. I kind of want to replace fire. Oh, look at that. That loading screen actually wasn't that bad. Usually they're a lot longer. Anyway, fire is my main destructive spell, but we've also had it since the beginning of the game. I wouldn't mind replacing it, except we have the fire and lightning synergy. And I don't know. It's the one I'm most inclined to try swapping out, but at the same time, if we have a synergy, I don't know exactly what that does. I'm curious to try it out. Real quick, before we end, what the hell? Let's go check out Grey Teeth, the Inner Maelstrom. We'll check out these couple of things here. See, we already read this. Why were you marked as unread? The end of Count Shax. It's done. Shax is finally dead. I thought that would be it. That I could hand in my bracers and go home. But it's not over. King Kavasa will find a new general, and the cult's evil will still poison Dravasir. I can't let that happen. So now, I've got to kill a king. Awesome. I wonder if that means I'll become a Lannister after this. Oh yes, Sigil. I was going to check out Lightning. So Lightning, stunning and chaining to several enemies. We know that. So on an apocalyptical... allows the dragon to cast instant strike lightning bolts for a brief time. So no charge up and no animation, I would assume. We just get to like blast force lightning from our fingertips, just like Star Wars. That could be cool. Destruction does a low amount of damage to the initial target, but chains lightning damage to additional target. To additional targets, plural, I guess. More destruction increases the initial damage dealt. Add control to increase the amount of damage chained. Add mastery to increase the consumption of mastery from the target, improving the benefit of a critical hit. Okay. So I like destruction because it can chain to enemies. That sounds really cool. Control. Places an enemy in stasis for a duration, stunning them and then storing damage. So just like ice at that point. Enemies that are or come near a target in stasis. Enemies that are in stasis or that come near a target in stasis. There we go. That makes more sense. Can also be stunned and store damage, even if they approach the stunned target after the spell has been cast. That is a kind of a cool effect. So if we stun one enemy and other enemies walk close to it, they will build up stored damage and take additional damage when we hit them with something else. That's really cool. Each enemy stunned increases the stored damage, which is released when a target takes critical damage. Okay, so the more enemies that walk into it and get zapped, the more damage everything will take when we hit them with a critical hit. So that would be really cool to set up like a whole bunch of stored, like stasis something, and then do a whole bunch of other enemies to store up and build up a ton of damage, and then blast them with like an area of effect spell and just do like massive damage. That sounds kind of cool. Destruction increases the stored damage. Control increases the stasis duration. Adding mastery will allow you to consume more mastery. Mastery adds an arcing aura that shocks enemies nearby for damage. So similar to the fire spell. Fire will make one enemy like irradiated, and they'll do burning damage to everything else around them, but not themselves. Add destruction to increase the damage the aura deals, control to increase its duration, mastery for the amount of mastery that it applies. So that seems less interesting to me than like the kinesis mastery or what's the other one? Corruption. There we go. It's right there. So yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. I would be really inclined to go with destruction. I might just go for a wholesale swap. Just swap out fire altogether. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to think about it, and we'll do something fun at the start of the next video. So in the meantime, thank you all for joining me, and may the grace of the Twilight Dragon be with you.